Yeah, so I think my presentation includes a brief introduction. So I just shall proceed. So glad you asked who I am. My name is Soma. I am the CEO of the messenger marketing app called Recart. Previously, starting in 2011, I built, created, and scaled multiple seven-figure e-commerce brands, mostly in Middle Europe, primarily in Hungary and the surrounding countries. And in 2015, when the Facebook PPC arbitrage started to weaken out in Europe, I decided to build a software as a service because we already had many different e-commerce marketing automations running in our WooCommerce engines. And we made a huge amount of money through them that we decided to make it available for everyone. So I started building Recart in 2015. The first public release happened in 2016. And with the single mission of helping e-commerce merchants grow. And we did cart abandonment, email recovery in the early days. And in mid 2017, we pivoted towards messenger marketing as the messenger platform opened up for businesses to communicate with their customers. So since then, we saw some success. We recently crossed 135,000 Shopify installs, and we have more than 5,500 Shopify app reviews on the App Store. Nowadays, I personally help innovative direct-to-consumer brands to drive revenue with Facebook Messenger. So it eats up like 30% of my time to work with our most innovative and largest brands to figure out their messenger strategy and make sure that everything is effective and generating revenue as planned. So yeah, I'm not sure if you have any questions about that part.
I got something for you. Tell me about some of these stores. And in fact, you mentioned that like Facebook arbitrage was dying. Did that cause the brands you were running to die with them? Were they solely built on that traffic source, or are some of them still running?
Yeah, that's a great question. So for us, the main problem was that we were highly dependent on Facebook PPC. So like 85% of our traffic were coming from Facebook ads. And we started the business in 2012. That was the time where the ad manager just launched. And, not many businesses.
I remember it.
Yeah, it was really, it was much less complex than it is right now. And in Europe, especially, Europe is usually behind in marketing, not that much, but in 2012, it was the case. Especially Middle Europe, it was 1 or 2 years behind the States. So clicks were extremely cheap in Europe, especially Middle Europe. And we bought those clicks like crazy. So in cumulatively speaking, there was a year, I guess 2015 was that year, when a quarter of the entire Hungarian population visited at least one of our stores. So what we did was basically pretty simple. We were doing like, I'm not sure how can I describe it. It was more like a drop shipping at scale. So we went to China, we flew there, we negotiated with manufacturers. We created our own brands from different gadgets and presents. And we created those brands in Hungary. We bulk imported those products to Hungary. We repackaged them and we basically sold it to the European market under a different brand label and created brands around them. So we did it at scale, and that's the main story. As CPC started increasing in 2014, 2015, we had to make a choice. We either could build real brands and diversify the traffic sources and create different experiences as well, or move to the software as a service part and serve whoever we became over the past 3 years.
So you decided it was easier to start a SaaS company than to continue on in e-commerce. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it turned out to be the way around, I guess.
I think you saw a larger opportunity perhaps than what you were doing. And so I can imagine, and I do feel for a lot of the brands today that might be in that spot where they don't necessarily have that whole brand differentiation sorted out. They're selling a lot of products that you could get in other places, and for that reason, that brand connection isn't there. And in our last virtual event, which is focused on beauty and skincare, a lot of our sessions are geared around building that moat, building that brand connection, and what that means. And I think what your tool does is offer a unique way to make this brand connection in both what I talked about previously in live chat and talking to people, really actually talking to people, but also in the automated side and getting more information from them and getting them connected to the brand. So shall we go into it? Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to teach everyone a fairly new way of communication between brands and customers. And I just want to make clear that what this webinar will give you folks. And first of all, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to messenger marketing. Then I will talk about, the recent stuff, learn how you can leverage messenger marketing during these turbulent times we are in right now. And third, you're going to learn how innovative brands drive revenue with Messenger and how you can do exactly the same. So first of all, I just want to clarify how we think about messaging in e-commerce and where different channels can be placed on this map. And almost all of the e-commerce merchants use email marketing, which is pretty much the backbone of your marketing efforts when it comes to communicating with your customers. And what we see is email is a really good experience. It can be beautiful, it can be personalized, it can be sent exactly at the right time, at the right moment you want to talk to or we want to reach out to your customers. However, its engagement is pretty low because hundreds of thousands of businesses are trying to reach the same inbox you're trying to reach as well. So we categorize email as a really good experience, but with low engagement rates. Then there is text, SMS marketing. It's the hottest girl in town. Everyone wants to do SMS. It's just like Messenger a year ago. And text is extremely effective to talk to customers, to send them notifications, to send them information that they don't really have to reply or engage with. Just click on the link. So we categorize SMS as a high engagement channel, but a low experience channel because SMS only can have 160 characters, only a link. Your brand differentiator isn't clear because you're just a number, and many brands share the same short code. So it's not a good experience. It's not a prime experience. And when it comes to Messenger, we categorize it as a high engagement and good experience tool because it carries almost the same or even higher engagement than SMS due to the back and forth conversations and automations. And at the same time, you can give a better experience. You can provide a conversation. You can automate a conversation. You can send videos, questions, polls, answers, carousels, anything you need in order to retain the voice of your brand. And don't get me wrong, we are not saying that you shouldn't do email or you shouldn't do SMS. We believe you should use channels where your customers at. So we believe you should test out email, SMS, and Messenger thoroughly and find your customers, where your customers engaging with your brand. So this is just to showcase how a beautiful email or generic text or a Messenger conversation, a Messenger campaign look like, just to showcase what are the engagement differences I mentioned before. So as you can see, email is a good way of sending out beautiful information to your customers, but really, in fact, it's a one-way communication. SMS, similarly, people cannot engage with SMS the way they can engage with a Messenger campaign, because Messenger has quick replies and buttons and many different ways to automate that conversation. So moving on, I want to address the elephant in the room, because I think many of the merchants are really concerned about the coronavirus status out the world. So we're also following the news and talking to our merchants really closely. And I had different conversations with many of our merchants, and I saw that still only 20% of them expect a sharp decline in revenues. 60% of them expect a flat line or mildly decreased revenues over the next few months. And what we noticed is that there are many categories that are actually growing. And I'm not talking about groceries or food, but I'm talking about lifestyle and health brands who are actually growing today. So what we see so far is that merchants are not freaking out. They're trying to figure out their way through this crisis, but the majority of them don't expect a sharp decline in revenues. What we also found, and we are pretty sure about this, that relationship with your customers is going to be key. So if you have strong relationship with your customer base, you are more likely to thrive through this crisis than if you only have a weak relationship base. So yeah, therefore your communication must be better than ever, and you have to communicate more often and more clearly with your customers. Also, we recommend you to use all channels and create as many conversations as you can. And while we're monitoring this kind of situation, we see this clear statistics that more people at home equals to more e-commerce shopping out there. There will be definitely categories who are going to win and definitely who are going to unfortunately decline over this crisis. But we see that in general, people shop more online when they spend more time at home. And the next couple of weeks ahead, at least, going to be about people staying at home. So we are going to prepare a free ebook for you guys. We are actually working on it right now, how to communicate through tough times. And basically, I just prepared 3 really quick steps to make sure you're not damaging your brand. And the first of the advice we give is do not avoid the topic. The coronavirus is on your customer's mind. Your customers are worried and they need to make changes in their everyday lives. So similarly, you should adapt your communication to the current situation and address how it affects the experience with your store and your products. Similarly to the first point, you need to revise all your marketing content, and you need to make sure that your ads and other forms of communications and marketing content is appropriate. So don't promote kissing or hugging or anything else. We saw mistakes happening out there that hurt brand equity. And also, you need to stay positive. Everyone needs to stay positive. The situation is, however, it's serious, but people need your support, and you need to stay positive to deliver that kind of support. And it's a good idea to emphasize the opportunities in temporary social distancing and working from home. So, for example, people are more likely to be receptive to picking up a new hobby, watching movies, reading books, using their bucket lists to pick things off and learn something new. So the best you can do is to tell people how your business and your products will help them stay healthy, productive, and happy. So yeah, but stay tuned to this ebook. We're going to send to all of you at least a few days after this webinar. So
I'll be sure to share the link.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be very useful to you guys. All right, so straight into the topic. I'm going to talk about how successful messenger marketing looks like. And basically it has three main pillars: messenger ads, list growth, and flows and re-engagement. I'm going to start with messenger ads. So messenger ads are Instagram and Facebook ads that are click to messenger. So they look like the same generic ads you see when you scroll through your Facebook and Instagram feed. However, when your customers tap on it, they're going to go to Messenger, and Messenger bot starts a conversation with your customers. So the first example here is Yes We Vibe, an apparel store that runs Instagram click to messenger ads really successfully. What they do is they retarget people who were on their site but have not placed a purchase, and they offer a buy one get one free offer through Messenger. And the catch here is, as soon as customers open Messenger, they're becoming your Messenger subscribers. So with a single tap of a button, they are subscribed to your Messenger list. And with the help of different bots and automations, you can re-engage with those customers in case they don't purchase. So in this use case, Yes We Vibe sends a follow-up message after 3 hours if the customers did not put anything in their cart. So as you can see, they give away the discount and they redirect people to their website, to their products, and the automation checks in 3 hours later, checks if there's anything in the cart, and if not, they send a follow-up on Messenger right into their inbox with the high engagement, 90% open rates and 20% click rates. Another use case that BlendJet does, for example, is offering discount and capturing a phone number as well. So when you give away a discount, I think it was a good point from the previous conversation that you should actually ask for information and utilize that information in order to provide a great user experience and engage with your customers. So when they click on or they tap on a BlendJet click to messenger ad on Facebook, for example, they go to the Messenger app and the Messenger bot tells them, hey, Andrew, you're seconds away from getting your 20% off from BlendJet. They can unlock their discount, and in response, the bot can ask for their phone number. Which is really great here is that people don't have to type in their phone number. Messenger is able to pre-fill their phone number they have on file with Facebook, and all they have to do is basically tap on it. As soon as they tap on it, it gets saved and be synced into whatever SMS tool you use. So the same thing happens here. Messenger builds their their Messenger and phone list at the same time. And which is really crazy here is that as soon as they tap the ad, they're becoming your Messenger subscriber. You can re-engage with them for free in the next 24 hours. You can re-engage them with non-promotional content like order updates anytime in the future. And you can re-engage them with promotional content using the paid feature sponsor messages anytime later. So what happens here is how important is capturing phone numbers for you? If it's really important, you definitely should try out click to messenger ads, because 95% of the people give their phone number after they click. So pop-ups and forms are really effective to convert your on-site traffic. But what if you can capture these information before they go to your website? So you actually put that net a lot higher in your funnel. And that's basically everywhere I go, every brand I help implement this, it becomes automatically the cheapest way of generating leads for them automatically. This is almost like guaranteed. All right, moving on. Other than offers, direct offers, merchants can run quizzes and exclusive offers. So we prepared this kind of quiz for Beard Brand, and they can take their customers through a specific quiz, ask them questions, and give them the results and direct them to the right product they expect the customer will need or want. And to wrap up Messenger ads, I just want to show you why it drives a lot more value, why it drives a lot higher ROAS than any other ads out there. And basically what you can do here is you can see your regular ads running, which is basically creating an audience, running an ad on an audience that gives you, with a click, when you buy a click, you buy the visitor that you're taking to the website, and you buy the ability to retarget that visitor in a new audience or the same audience. With click-to-messenger ads, you also buy the visitor because 95% of the people are going to your website, but you also buy a messenger subscriber. You also buy an email or an SMS subscriber, or maybe both if you want. You buy free messenger follow-ups. You can generally follow up once or twice in a 24-hour window, so you can remind your customers that they have not used a discount, or you can help them go through the process by asking them, offering help, for example, or answering frequently asked questions. And you also have the ability to retarget. So that's why click-to-messenger ads are extremely powerful. So I just want to talk about a little bit like real results of messenger ads and messenger flows. And here's what a real Facebook Messenger ad, click-to-messenger ad looks like for BlendJet. And there is the flow they are taking people to. And basically, I just want to show it to you right away quickly. This is how it looks like in real life. And the trick here is that once people click on the ad, they are being taken to the messenger flow. We welcome them with a video and a 10% discount code. And once they unlock their discount code, we offer some help and we give them examples for recipes. We help them know more about the product. And what's really fascinating to see here is that as we offer recipes, like hundreds and thousands of people are actually reading those recipes and even convert from them. So it's really, really effective to talk to your customers, take them through different conversations, teach them more about the product, and convert them into customers. So as you can see, they are checking out recipes, 3,000 people, 100% open rate, 50% click rate, and thousands of dollars in sales only from recipes. And what BlendJet does really well here is basically using delays and conditional splits in their flows. So they set up a delay for an hour and they check if you added anything to cart. And if not, they check in with you and they help you with the purchase. So in numbers for BlendJet, in just 7 days, they have almost 14,000 messenger conversations started. Almost 1,200 purchases happened from those 14K conversations, which is a 9% conversion rate. I think it's really highly unusual in e-commerce to have a 9% conversion rate in any kind of funnel, but you can do it through click-to-messenger ads for sure, and which resulted in 60K revenue generated, only this one single ad. The next pillar of successful messenger marketing strategy is list growth. So you need to have people in your messenger list, in your messenger audience. One of the ways you can acquire people in your audience was messenger ads. We talked about that in the past slides. But you can use pop-ups, you can use links, you can use SMS, you can use QR code, on-site widgets, customer chat, discount widgets, anything you want, and I help you navigate through that. So I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this kind of messenger widget checkbox. It became really popular in a really short period of time in 2018. And you can use that widget to insert it into any of your pop-ups, basically. And you can ask for email address and phone number in the same pop-up. And you can take them to the messenger conversation, give them a discount code, and basically do the same flow as I showed you before. Or you can use messenger links to subscribe people and simply take them to the messenger app, ask the email address inside the messenger app, and give them the discount code. What's really fascinating about this is that you can use messenger marketing with any of your pop-ups out there. So for example, Recart integrates with all the pop-up apps, including Privy, that showcase you many great use cases a couple of minutes before. So what's really important about these subscriptions methods is that, for example, the Messenger widget is not supported by many different browsers. So while the Messenger link is supported by all the browsers, but it takes away people from your website and redirects them. Maybe you don't want to do that, or maybe you want to experiment with that. So it might be hard to navigate through this kind of maze. So we created a free tool for on-site messenger subscription strategy. It helps you analyze your traffic and gives you a recommendation what messenger subscription tool you should use. So we are going to include this in our follow-up email, but if you want to get started with it right away, it's free. You can shoot us a message at support@recard.com, and we're happy to share you a link, and you can self-analyze yourself, or our team can help you to analyze your traffic and give you a recommendation for messenger subscription. All right, so I'm just going to show you a few pop-ups that our merchants use to subscribe people to Messenger. For example, in this example, we have a two-step subscription. We capture email address for riderware, and we show a Messenger link pop-up as a second step. And we take people to Messenger, educate them about the product, educate them about the promotion, and we take them back to the website. This way, you also grow your own marketing list, like email, and at the same time, you acquire high engagement subscribers on Facebook Messenger. So on the third pillar, we have automated flows and re-engagement. I'm going to showcase you a few use cases that we actually use with our customers. So if you want to have a strong messenger marketing in place and you want to generate as much revenue as possible, you should have discount abandonment, cart abandonment, shipping notifications, ROAS abandonment, purchase flows, and sponsor messages in place. I'm going to showcase you the two most important use cases. I'm sure that many of you are fairly familiar with cart abandonment, shipping notifications, and ROAS abandonment. So I'm just going to go through the discount abandonment, for example. Not many of the merchants know what discount abandonment is. And basically what we ran a test about a year ago, checking how many customers actually use the discount after activating it. And the results were shocking. Only 9% of the people who ask a discount on your pop-up go through the checkout and successfully place an order. And that's a big problem for you. So 91% of the people actually, they ask for you to give them a discount, and then they abandon that discount most likely forever. So we created a use case called discount abandonment flow, which very similarly to what you saw in the live record editor before, can help you to retarget people who are not using your discount. So if you subscribe people to your messenger list when you give away discount codes, you have the absolute ability to send a follow-up message to them in case they're not moving forward with the purchase. Remind them that their discount code is going to expire, help them answering frequently asked questions, or just check in and learn more about why they're not moving forward with the purchase. And and the second use case is re-engagement. Re-engagement is extremely important. I'm pretty sure that most of you guys out there, that you guys send regular email campaigns. The main difference between email and messenger is the engagement rate, as I explained on the graph earlier in the presentation. The average open rate is around 12%. These are the email campaigns that are being sent to you on a promotional basis, so re-engagement campaigns. And those re-engagement campaigns have a slightly higher than 1% average click rate. While on Messenger, the average open rate for re-engagement is almost 90%, and the average click rate is 12%. So Messenger is an extremely powerful way to send out promotions to your customers. So in order to achieve that, we recommend you to send sponsor messages. You can send sponsor messages through your ad manager as well. You don't have to use any vendors out there. You go to your ad manager on Facebook, you can create a sponsored messages. You set the ad campaign objective to messages, and on the ad set level, you send the objective to sponsor messages. And here you go, you can send out a promotion to everyone who you have an open conversation with on Messenger. So you don't even have to use any of the vendors, any of the messenger apps out there to get started. And what's really fascinating about that is that you can actually send a message to your customer's inbox. This is not an ad in their newsfeed. You don't have to wait until they are back and getting lost in their newsfeed again. You can message them. And sponsored messages are just like email campaigns. They're usually becoming the backbone of any innovative brands who are started using Messenger out there. So this is an example of a sponsored message flow which promotes a sale and creates a conversational experience around the promotion, give customers a discount code, and check in if they are not moving forward with the purchase like 2 hours later. So yeah, we believe that discount abandonment, if you're giving away discounts, you really have to pay attention on discount abandonment. If you're using any email vendor like Klaviyo or Privy, you should figure out a way how you can check in with your customers who are not purchasing after they are asking for a discount code, because those are the people who are considering to purchase from you. So you really have to invest into the effort and recapture that lost sales. So yeah, just talk about a little bit about the results we see with merchants out there. If messenger marketing is properly implemented on your store, it should increase at least 8%. It should give you at least 8% revenue bump, but we generally see 10, 12, 13%. In general, messenger marketing through Recart at least generated more than $150 million solely from our campaigns, which is a huge amount of money. And it indicates that if you haven't started with messenger marketing with any vendor, you should do it today. The click to messenger ad results are usually between 5 to 12x return on ad spend. So if the average ad spend, return on ad spend out there is usually between 2.5 and 4-ish. So merchants really appreciate when they see anything above 5 is extremely, like, it's outrageous for them. But when it comes to sponsor messages, for example, it can hit 60x, which is crazy. That was one of the best we've saw so far. But it usually never goes below 10, 8-ish. Yeah, we see when you use click-to-messenger ads and sponsor messages, we see a 30% reduction in customer acquisition cost. So whatever your CAC is right now, you can multiply it by 0.7 and you get what you can expect with messenger marketing. You can also expect your customer engagement to improve, increased brand loyalty because of the conversations, the two-way communications between your customers and you. And you can also expect a ton of more conversations out there. Yeah, so this is it. I just want to wrap it up with offering you our help. So in case you need help with anything, feel free to shoot me an email. If you have questions about my presentation, feel free to shoot me an email. If you need help with anything about your e-commerce store, we are well connected in the industry. We are one of the most popular apps. We know most of the people out there. So just shoot us a message to support@recard.com. And if you're an agency or thinking about starting an agency, we are also here to help you. You can message my teammate, Nick, at recard.com. Or if you just want to give a try to Recard based on this presentation, you can go to recard.com and start your free trial.
Awesome, Soma. Thank you so much. I love the flow you showed from BlendJet. So I think some people were a little intimidated by it, but I think anybody can build that flow if you understand your customer well, if you have some existing content. I'm betting influencer content and maybe even sharing things like, like almost like an Instagram story from some influencers converts pretty well in there. Have you seen that kind of thing, social proof in messenger sequences?
Oh, absolutely. So we actually have an integration with Lux,
Nice.
the review generator, and Recard can capture reviews through Facebook Messenger. So we can.
So I can record on my phone, send it into you or the brand via Messenger, and then the brand gets that review and puts it straight into Lux.
Exactly.
That's pretty slick. And I can tell you guys right away, when you get somebody to do that, first, you've got user-generated content. Second, you can use that as social proof on your website. Third, that person's more likely to be a loyal customer, so they're going to come back and buy from you again. And fourth, Soma, maybe you integrate with a loyalty program that can give loyalty points when that happens as well. Or maybe Lux does that. I don't know. It's like a chain of integrations going on here, I think.
Yeah, we're working on a ton of new integrations, but most of the use cases are possible through hot wiring things. So anything you need or any use case that you think is useful, just shoot us a message and we'll check out what we can build for you.